Welcome back to Fantasy Football by Committee, powered by Flurry Sports. It can be tough to win a fantasy league on your own, but at FFBC, we will work together to bring home the hardware. Hosted by Zach Brunner and the rest of the Flurry Sports crew, we will give top-level analysis, answer your questions, and, well, go off on other tangents.
That was after I tried to get ChatGPT to admit that 9/11 was an inside job, but it stood firm. It gave quite a few solid points that it was true.
Welcome to Fantasy Football by Committee. The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go back to the trending page just to see. Oh, I never even talked about the wide receivers. Jesus. Okay, so let's see how much he's owned on Sleeper. Like, Josh Downs is a stud. I really like Josh Downs. One of my favorite players coming into the draft, if you were watching our draft coverage. Obviously, Gardner Minshew at quarterback now helps him quite a bit. He has, let's do quick math here, 20, 32, 35. 35 targets over the past 5 weeks. 6 plus in 4 of those 5 games. This week, obviously, massive performance, 125 yards and a touchdown. He doesn't seem like a player who's going to have those big plays. I don't think he has a ton of touchdown upside. I don't think he's going to have many breakout plays, but in PPR leagues especially, I think he's going to be a pretty solid option the rest of the way. Like, I think he can give you wide receiver 3 value pretty steadily. Like, I think he's an easy throw. He's an easy check down. He's a chains mover. Like, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. I wouldn't expect this week's value, going forward, but he's going to be good. The other wide receiver people need to start paying attention to and pick up. He's owned in only 39% of sleeper leagues, which means it's going to be even lower on other sites. Kendrick Bourne is a major part of this Patriots offense. 87 or more percent of the snaps each of the last 3 weeks. He's benefited from some of the injuries there, but even when they get healthier, they have to use him. He's the only one really producing in that wide receiver core. Last week, 10 catches, 89 yards. This week, 6 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown. 3rd touchdown of the year. Again, Kendrick Bourne, probably a wide receiver 3 going forward. Next week, he has Miami. I think a decent chance Miami's down both of their cornerbacks once again. Then he has Washington. That's a good matchup. The Colts, that's a good matchup. There's a bye week. Then he has the Giants. That's a good matchup. The Chargers, that's a good matchup. Steelers is okay. Kansas City's tough. Then Denver. Kendrick Bourne's someone who needs to be picked up. I think you can start him relatively safely the rest of the way. I suppose there's going to be some questions about Julio Jones. You can leave Julio Jones. I love him. I hope he is a consistent contributor on the Eagles, but, it's not going to be super consistent, at least for fantasy football. So leave him be. But yeah, definitely go pick up Kendrick Bourne. Definitely go pick up Josh Downs. You don't need to pick up Jake Bobo. I think he's good. I think he makes the Seahawks a lot better. Obviously, one of 2 talented rookies there. Once DK Metcalf comes back, which I imagine is next week, then Jake Bobo is non-existent, unfortunately. So leave him be. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think, I said he was going to have a bigger role coming out of the bye. Obviously, 48 yards last week. Not exceptional, but it's a bigger role this week without DK. He had a big role. If DK or Lockett miss any time going forward, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be a solid start. Otherwise, he's kind of a bye week fill-in the rest of the way, probably. Kendrick Osborne, or KJ Osborne, Jesus Christ. Whew. Pause one more time. KJ Osborne here. He plays tonight. Obviously, 49ers defense is tough. We will see how much success the Vikings passing attack has overall. However, he's another one of those guys who's going to be one of the better bye week fill-ins going forward, I think, with Justin Jefferson out. He is the 19th most picked up player, it looks like. Owned in about the same number of leagues as Josh Palmer. I prefer Josh Palmer with the Chargers. Big game from him. Obviously, he's the own over Quentin Johnston going forward. Quentin Johnston needs to get a lot better this offseason, to put it lightly. Brandon Powell's a sneaky play as well with the Vikings. If you're playing in DFS tonight, I need to look at their salaries and everything like that, I suppose, still. But Brandon Powell, I imagine, is pretty cheap, and I think he is involved.